Welcome back to sovereignforex.com. In this video, we're going to go over the last of the inputs in TMXReceiver EA 2.2. We see we have stop trading margin percent 1000, resume trading margin percent 1000. That's the default settings, and that basically has them turned off. Now you can leave these inputs turned off if you do not wish to use them. However, if you wish to use them, here's how that would be done. Let's type in 700 in stop trading margin percent, and let's put in 1200 in resume trading margin percent. And I set up a demo account to demonstrate how this works. We see here the margin level is 1100%. We'll bring that down by adding some positions. Now we're at 900. We are at 700. Okay, now we are at 668%. So margin level is at 600 and right now 670%. All right, let's go back to the inputs. That would mean that if you have 700 in this input, stop trading margin percent, you're now below what you're requiring. So you would not receive any signals from your publisher. Now keep in mind the positions and the pending orders are still in your platform. So if you want to delete your pending orders, you can do that. You would simply have to go to your platform, and right below balance, equity, and so on, you would see your pending orders. You can delete them. And now let's say your positions go into your favor, and let's say your margin level gets back up to above 1200. It would then resume receiving signals from your publisher. Alright, the next input is switch to manual. If you want to switch to manual, double click, go down to true, hit enter, and now you will receive a pop-up every time a signal gets sent through, and you will have to simply approve it by hitting OK. Next you have time delay seconds. Just leave that at 0. And then next we have price difference pips. That's set to 5. That's just in case you have a publisher that trades news and trades a very fast moving market. You can say, I don't want any more slippage other than, let's say, 5 pips. So in other words, your publisher enters a trade, and you don't want to get a trade or enter the trade at a less favorable price, let's say other than 5 or 10, for example. So now we put in 10, and that means the publisher enters a trade. You want to enter the trade within 10 pips or less. Next we have expiration hours. That's set to 1. You can type in whatever you wish. This simply means that if the trade does not go through within 1 hour of making when the publisher made the trade, you are not accepting the trade. And that can be very useful just in case, for example, let's say you're using the stop margin percent, and let's say you were not receiving signals simply because you were below the 700 margin, and let's say an hour later you're now above 1200. Because the trade is late, let's say the trade is beyond the 1 hour limit that you have set, it would not take the trade. That's what that input is there for. Okay, the next is number of tries. We have that set to 10. You can just leave that at 10. Alright, those are the inputs for the TMXReceiver EA 2.2. And here is the website again, sovereignforex.com. Thanks for watching.